So my theory is that Luka Modric is going to leave Real Madrid at the end of the season, right? And after what a great servant to the club he's been. So his number 10 will become available, obviously, because he won't be wearing it. Kylian will take the number 10 for next season, which I think, okay, 7 is his number right now for PSG, but 10 is his number for France. He won the World Cup with the number 10. So I think in terms of iconic moment and maybe iconic images, him wearing a number 10, potentially Real Madrid shirt like that would be special.
He doesn't like the number 9, right? Because the number 9's available too. There is no number 9 in the squad this season. So that's another option if he wanted it.
Yeah, it looks like that number 9 is going to be for Endrick.
Yeah,
true as well. Which is pretty cool to have Endrick as a 9 and then Kylian as a 10. It's pretty special. However, who will wear the number 7 then at PSG? Because Kylian will leave and that shirt will be available too.
Rafael Leao.
Exactly. I think we don't need to go too long on that, but there's basically a list in the plan B that PSG wrote a few months ago. I think they kind of knew that this was going to happen anyway. The plan A was Kylian staying. We build the team around him. Plan B, which was the most likely, to be fair, was without him, what do we do? And there's 5 names really on that plan, on that short list, higher than anyone else, really, any other names. The first one is Victor Osimhen at Napoli, who wants to leave and has already said that he was leaving at the end of the season. His release clause is 130 million euros. And he's worked before with Luis Campos, who is the PSG sporting director. It's Campos that took him from Belgium to France and Lille. The other one is Rafael Leao, who also has a release clause at AC Milan of 130 million euros, who can play on the left-hand side. Osimhen is a 9. I think Leao could also maybe one day become a 9, but right now he's on the left-hand side. He's also worked with Luis Campos before. Actually, Luis Campos is like a second father to Rafael Leao. He brought him from Sporting Club de Portugal to Lille as well. So there's also history there. The third one is Bruno Guimaraes, whose release clause is 100 million euros at Newcastle, who's 26 years old. And there's a lot of people in Paris who absolutely love him. Bernardo Silva is another one. He's the only one above 26. He's going to turn 30 in August. He's been linked last season heavily with PSG. And again, Luis Campos is a big fan. And the last one is the youngest one, maybe the one that people don't know too much about, Lenny Yoro, who is maybe the most gifted and talented centre-back in his generation at only 18 years of age, with 1 year left on his contract at Lille. There's a lot of top clubs all over Europe, from Real Madrid to Manchester United, Manchester City, PSG, who are after him. So the money that PSG will save with the Mbappe departure is not going to be spent on just one player, because just there's not that player available unless you go and get Vinicius or Haaland or Bellingham, which none of them is possible. So I think they're going to try to spread that money for maybe 3 of those 5 players, maybe 2 of those 5 players, with, I think, Osimhen maybe more than Leao the main target.
Wow, that'd be great. The thing is that, yeah, I know, but when you are stitched to a player like PSG has been a stick to Kylian Mbappe in the recent years, I think that was really dangerous, because everything depends on Mbappe and what he does on the pitch. So at the end of the day, this is football, and this is a collective sport. And I understand that now this new sporting direction politics by PSG is even more clever or more intelligent than before, because I understand that maybe for the international image, this was something important for PSG in the past, but not anymore. And now you had to try to reinforce the rest of the squad, because if you look at PSG squad now, it's like, okay, you got great strikers, but what about the midfield? What about the center backs? You need to invest in those positions if you want to win the Champions League, because at the end of the day, it's the main target.
Yeah, no, you're right. And I think that's what they will do. I think they know all of that. But when you think that you went from a front 3 a year ago, really, of Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe, and even if they didn't really play that much together and that played well together, it was still your front 3. And then next season, there will be none of them. There won't be Kylian anymore. And you will have, even if he's very good, Dembele, Osimhen, and maybe Leao, Dembele, Osimhen, and Barcola, for example. I don't know, whoever is there. It's not the same, but you're right. I think collectively that team might actually be better, and Luis Enrique might prefer to have not one bigger star and then the rest, but have pretty much everybody on the same page.
I'll be honest, Jules, you know what? Here in Madrid, we're not that fussed what happens with PSG after Mbappe's left. Like, good luck, all the best. See what you got to do. Kylian's coming here. We'll be focused on, the biggest and best league in the world with the best players in it, which is La Liga, with Madrid being the footballing capital of of Europe. But yeah, all the best with PSG next season. Good luck.
I'm going to come over anyway. Don't think that you're getting rid of me just like that. Now that my boy is coming to you, I
get room in my house if you want to sleep over.
Thank you very much. That's very kind. I mean, we will keep everybody updated, of course, on the latest development on ESPN FC, on the website, on the different shows that we all do, the podcast, etc. And we expect, soon a full agreement to happen, of course, between Real Madrid and the Mbappe entourage. I think the full announcement of the transfer would maybe happen once one of the two teams is out of the Champions League, because it would be very awkward if they were to face each other in the semi-final, for example. With Mbappe already have been announced as a future Real Madrid player. So I think that could play a part. But surely stay across all ESPN platforms everywhere, because Rodri, Alex and I and everybody else in our team will keep you updated with the latest of the Kylian Mbappe saga to Real Madrid.